All right, so today is Thursday. Thursday the 21st. Uh Welcome. Let's check out some music. All right, so number 1, I did some more links. You guys shot me some links after I did the last video, and that was really cool. I appreciate that. Um so let's jump into everybody who contributed. Number 1, this is so awesome that you're doing this. I appreciate the nod for sure. Amazing. I would love to share a song I did for the first EP I've ever put out recently. This is on SoundCloud. All right, so this is Just Eddie, Antisocial. This was submitted about a month ago. Hip hop and rap. Lots of tags. Sad vibe dance, sadness, soul, singing, R&B tunes, vibey, antisocial, um, triple X, lust. All right, so that's Just Eddie. We have a lot of tags here. Antisocial. Let's take a listen.
I'm having problems with self-doubt, I'm crossed out. It never hurt when I fell down my profile. We turned the PM to the AM. Don't hesitate to say it. Inviting every stranger. So where did you come from, baby? If you're speaking future tense, how would you know who I am? If you look over the fence, you could see me stuck again. Don't know who I'm falling for. She like, I don't feel this love. Let me love somebody else. Block you out from everything. I'm having problems with self-doubt. I'm crossed out. It never hurt when I fell down my profile. We turned the AM to the PM. Don't hesitate to say it. She mad that I was playing. So where did you come from, baby? So where did you come from, baby? I'm high when I say so. I'm down every day though. Eli where the kid from. I'm here for the west side. She came at a good time. Like a coaster, big motion from the red cup. Wanna figure like a geisha, so I pace up, wanna catch up. Please excuse me, I was faded. I know I get impatient. Don't need your understanding. We make it out regardless. We fight it out regardless. When you stayed, I was moving. When you speak, I hear nothing. I like to lie and tell them I'm fine. I'm tryna get you out of my mind. So where did you come from, baby? So where did you come from, baby? I'm having issues with self-doubt and SoCal. I won't be trusting myself now, my profile. Move slowly, walk slow motion.
Okay, so that was Just Eddie, Antisocial. That's definitely a banger. I like it a lot. The bass line is very good. It was very well mixed. I was on Reddit earlier and somebody was talking smack about SoundCloud artists. I don't hear it, man, because you have to stay with it. Check out SoundCloud. You're gonna find some good stuff. For me, this is a really good song. I'm trying to think of who this reminds me of, and all I can really think of is like maybe Bastille. I could really hear Bastille doing a song like this. It has that haunting vibe, but it still has that trap sound to it. Uh, I don't really have any feedback to say that I want this on my playlist. This song could very easily be on any top 40 list, I think. So just Eddie, keep doing what you're doing. That's a really good song. I'm glad I found that. I'm glad you shot me that link. All right. We have one here, Dallas Julian Production. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Let's listen to You Know You, an instrumental mix. Let's open this up. Let's see what we got. It's electronic tag. It was submitted 1 month ago. This is Dallas Julian Production, You Know You instrumental mix, and pop production instrumental, new futuristic R&B, future pop, future and pop R&B. And you can find this artist on SoundCloud. All right, let's take a listen. Okay, so that was Dallas Julian Production, You Know You instrumental mix. This kind of reminds me of, even though it's electronic, it reminds me of The Cure. Reminds me of that song "Burn" by The Cure. That's one of my favorite Cure songs. I like the bass line in it. Now that being said, I would bring up the bass line uh, in this particular track here. I'd bring it up in the mix. And if you've noticed, when I'm listening to these, I'm going to listen to these at about 50%, even on YouTube. I really can't control that on Bandcamp, I don't think, but like on SoundCloud and YouTube, I'm listening at 50%. This song, uh, as opposed to this first song, which I just played, is a lot lower, and you don't want that. You want to mix your songs as loudly as possible without clipping out, without interfering with your speakers, and without interfering with your headphones and any other listening device. You want to do it as loudly as possible because you want to stand out. Say I have SoundCloud and I'm just letting the songs play through. The song that I heard before, I heard it nice and clearly. It was loud, it was crisp. This song is going to come in under the radar and I'm not even going to notice it, right? So you want to have your mix as high as everybody else's, especially when you're downloading to like YouTube and SoundCloud. And I might be being hypocritical because I know my mix is low here in terms of OBS, but I'm not. I'm still trying to figure out how to live stream. So, but it's a good song. I like the bass line. I would bring this mix up. I bring it up as loudly as possible without affecting your speakers. Thanks for sharing. That's Dallas Julian Production, and you can find that artist on SoundCloud. All right. Okay, here's one that we got a video for called Always Away. Let's check this out. Always Away. Okay. Okay, so we have Uploaded Band is the name of this production company or production group. Always Away is the name of the song, and it's the official music video on YouTube. They're on Spotify and they're on iTunes, Apple as well. Let's see what we got. Okay, so that was Always Away, Uploaded Band. Uh, Uploaded is the name of the band. You can find them on iTunes and Spotify. This was submitted about a year ago, March 6th of 2018. Uh, and sometimes projects get shelved, and sometimes projects just don't get the listens that they should. I like the song. It appears to be a three-man band by the video, but I can hear for sure I can hear guitar, drums, uh, a bass, and a piano. So I don't know how they juggle that live. Uh, keep doing what you're doing, gentlemen. Just try your best to promote yourself as best as possible, and I appreciate you sharing. Okay, dude, this is cool. Would you mind doing it for one of my tracks? Absolutely. Let's check you out. I absolutely would not mind, as a matter of fact. I got a new subscriber. Peter is cool. That's cool. Thank you. Okay, as we're going into the song, I got distracted by the subscriber notice. This is the real Dia. Anarchy is the name of the song. Starting off with a really low mix there. Let's see what else we got. Not too much in the category area. And this was released March 14th, 2019, a few days ago. Okay, so that was cancel. So that was the Real Dia Anarchy. That's definitely a trap format. You got the kick on the one, you got the snare on the three, you have the hi hat. Um, I don't know how many other percussion instruments you have. You might have two snares in there. Um, it's very, very bare bones minimum in terms of the percussion. The mix is too low. I bring that mix up a little bit. Try to get it as high as you can without affecting your speakers. Is probably the general rule. Um, and all these popular artists, they don't care. They'll just max it out. Like if you go to take it to your music editor, your wave editor, it's gonna be all red. Like if you go to view it. Um, but as an independent artist, I think it would be best to be right there, just under the clipping phase, and not too loud because you don't lose any of your sound. I thank this band for sharing. It's called The Real Dia. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay with it. You know, get more feedback. My feedback would be to mix it a little bit louder. Okay. Hi, if you're still doing feedback, I'd love to hear what you think of this track. Okay, so this is Every Villain is Lemons. The name of the song is Bite by featuring Henry Gerard. This is jazz and blues. This was submitted about 19 days ago. It goes under weird, electronic, and piano. So I'm intrigued by this hashtag weird. Let's see how weird we're gonna get.
There's nothing I can do without you sleeping in my room. And every time I pick up my guitar and sing it's out of tune, try to sweep it under the rug, but babe, I don't have a broom. Been too long without a hug. I hope to hell I get one soon. I don't care that you're with him, well I just want the truth. Left the house on your high horse, ended up on the roof. I would jump down, but I know I'm not shatterproof. Not a ruler, the only crown that I've got's on my tooth when I bite. And I know you're occupied, but I never made phone calls. I just dialed, then I cried. Had the lightning hit my brain, then the raining hit my eyes. Let me punch someone's lights out and watch as they try to reach someone they love, but only find closing doors. And I tower above, cause I've been there before. And I feel sick and tired, but being tired's a chore. The only crown that I've got is placed back in my jaw when I bite.
I'm sleeping somewhere else, so I'm not on your pedestal. Because every time I'm down, you make me feel expendable. I'm not a queen, you're not a king, just two jokers out of the pack. I got 52 more options, you're another setback. I don't care that you're with him, well I just want
Okay, I don't. I think I may be saying the name wrong, or maybe they spelled it wrong, or maybe a little bit of both. So is it every villain is lemons, or is that every villain is lemons? Maybe I don't know. I might be slaughtering it. If it's the name of somebody, I hear a female voice. Maybe her name is Avery Villian. I'm not sure, but that's not music related. I would bring this track up a little bit more. I would definitely bring the vocals on the male voice up a lot more. The female voice is kind of an accent. The female voice comes in and sings by herself over here, and I would bring her voice up over here. Um, so I would play with this mix. I would take it back to the studio and play with the wave editor for sure, and bring it up just a little bit louder so that all the parts are equally represented and can be heard. Um, kind of like when you're making a pizza. You know what I'm saying? You want to get that taste in every bite. You want it to be good. All right, but uh, I want to say I thank this band for sharing. I hope maybe it's every villain is lemons, and if that's the case, you guys spelled it wrong. But if I'm saying it wrong, then it's every villain is lemons. All right, thanks for sharing. I hope to hear more stuff from you in the future. All right. If you get a chance, please have a listen to this one. Let me know your expert opinion. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm not an expert, but I like music so much that I'm going to tell you, like what the other people are thinking who are not actually speaking up, because I was on, what do you call it? I was on Reddit earlier and somebody was like, it's all shit on SoundCloud. It's not all shit on SoundCloud. There's a lot of good stuff on SoundCloud. You just have to taking the time to fiddle with the sound levels, taking the time to figure out, paying the song actual attention. And that's a really big reason why you want to mix it as loudly as possible. Because if somebody goes to SoundCloud and the mix is really low, they're not going to fiddle with it and fuck with it. They don't want to do all that. They're going to go to the next song that they can hear clearly. All right. So you need to do that in the studio. Okay, so this is They Have Landed. Um HULLABELEW. I don't know how to say that. I would definitely slaughter that pronunciation. And whatever floats your boat. I don't know if that tag is helpful in any way. It might sound funny. It's not helpful. You want all your tags to accurately and precisely describe what you're getting yourself, what the listener is about to get themselves into. Uh, that way, if they're searching for a certain style or genre of music and they come across your appropriate tags, they're going to give you a listen. All right, let's take a listen. All right, so that is They Have Landed. Um, let's see. I don't know what the name of this artist is, but it's spelled HULLABELEW twice. This is definitely a niche piece. I would bring up the mix a little bit louder to have it in comparison to everything else you're going to hear on YouTube. And by niche piece, I mean, you know, if you're in the mood for that sort of thing, it kind of reminds me of, I see over here they got Tool. It's not quite Tool, but it's kind of like art rock is the tag that I would put that under. Okay. I appreciate you sharing. Thanks for sharing. I don't know how to say your name. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is Riza Doran. Riza Doran, beat number 52. Submitted 14 days ago, hip hop and rap. That's the only tag. Let's take a listen. No. All right, so that was Riza Doran with beat number 52. Now that was the exact opposite of everything I've been saying so far. It's the bass is extremely loud. That 808 is extremely loud, and you can hear it. It's not necessarily clipping out, but it's not. It's over that threshold where you're gonna hear everything you want to hear, so it gets really fuzzy. Now that's not to say that you're doing anything wrong, because that might be exactly the sound that you're going for. And if that's the sound that you're going for, keep doing what you're doing. I think maybe the reverb is a little bit, could come down a little bit on the piano. But aside from that, man, stay in the studio. If this is your 50-second beat, that means that you're learning with every song, hopefully. Keep doing what you're doing, stay in the studio, and I appreciate your submission. All right. Yo, I don't know if you're still reviewing. Here's some stuff of mine just in case. Let's check out. Okay, so this is Blue Saint Pablo. Dos Mal. 2 months ago submitted pop, dream pop, bedroom pop, indie pop, beats, experimental. Let's check it out.
Got no time to breathe. I'm sorry, get it out of me. Not your silence. Got burned down my apologies. I don't think I could try. I don't think you know everywhere. I don't think that you will like it. I will never get you out it. Got so down and out, so now I'm not at all like you know. No, quieres más. Yo no estaba cuando tú gritabas sin hablar, sin hablar. Ya no queda más que hablar. Ya no pienses más, ya. Yeah, I said it, I won't care. You've been looking, no, that's true. Please don't look at me that way. I won't lie, I wish you would. But something just ain't right. I don't want you to go back. Go, still go. You don't need me, well, you're gone. I'll go now. Like you said, I'm always wrong. I'll still go. You don't need me, I won't go on now. Like you said, I'm not your heart, your mind. I'm not like your eyes. See me like your
Okay, so just looking at this waveform right here, you see how it's like a solid block? That's 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 kind of a healthy waveform for this type of style here because it's going to be consistently on that same sound level of decibels, right? So whenever you see this little like cavity right here, you know there's going to be some sort of a drop or a slide, and then it comes back and resumes. And this is good. This is what I want to see. Like if I'm doing a dubstep track or if I'm doing something maybe with a live band, you want to see it. You're going to see it fluctuate more. But when I'm mixing, I want it to look like this steady block here. And then when I have my drops, I can see my drops, but it comes back to the same. And that's unless, of course, it's something like house, in which case, a lot of times house is going to start off and fade in. But you want to see this right here. So I like that. This is definitely a niche piece. It's pop, it's dream pop, it's experimental. Keep doing what you're doing. The name of this artist is Blue Saint Pablo, and this is Número Dos con Mal. All right. Would love to hear your thoughts and feedback. First song I've written with my girlfriend. It's a unique sound. It's a unique sound, mixing her indie style singing with my hip hop background. All right, we got a hybrid. Let's check this out. Okay. So this is indie. This is Jesse Wildman, used to featuring Sophia Oster. Um, first, we got indie, hip hop, and alternative. All right. So when you have that alternative, you see how you have these little spikes here, lots of these spikes. The first thing, as soon as I see that waveform, I'm thinking to myself, it's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna start off low here. It's gonna do some weird stuff here, and then it's gonna, ebb and flow around here. It wasn't like that solid block like we just saw. So I'm thinking the whole track is gonna be really low with these kind of spiky high points. So let's check it out.
You used to hold me in your arms. I used to watch the lilacs grow across the lake. I used to smile, never did no harm. I was a child, but it seems some things have changed. Lights blind me when I'm driving down the highway. I used to ride this road when I was okay. 16 and not a trouble spent. I on life and we were drinking youth in. Used to say that this is living, but how the world has changed our tune. You used to hold me in your arms. I used to watch the lilacs grow across the lake. I used to smile, never did no harm. I was a child, but it seems some things have
Looking back
changed.
at me and you, with everything we didn't do. We used to own the world, then we went and let it fall through. Used to always call me and I call you. Used to say you're falling, that I caught you. But then he found you calling and I knew I couldn't stop you. I didn't want to, even though I wanted you. I had to let you go because I loved you. We were kids growing up, the world tugged you a new direction without your discretion. Wish I would've hugged you, I guess I learned a lesson. Always chase your dreams and don't ever second guess them. Don't settle for I used to, nah. Don't settle for I used to.
You used to hold me in your arms. I used to watch the lilacs grow across the lake. I used to smile, never did no harm. I was a child, but it seems some things have changed. You used to hold me in your arms. I used to watch the lilacs grow across the lake. I used to smile, never did no harm. I was a child.
All right. So I like the drops in this. The drops are really cool, very inventive, very well done. I can hear that you have definitely skill with hip hop going on. Her vocals very very pretty. Um, she has a very good voice. I can't sing uh 1/10 as good as that, so I've got zero input on that. Um, she's clipping, which means that her vocals are a little bit high and the vocals on the male voice is a little bit too low. So I would kind of even that out. The hi hats are really high and the kick drum is really high, and I would just try to get it to more on an even keel. That's all. But in terms of the song, it's well put together. I like the drops. I like the I like the voice. Voice is pretty, and your flow is a little bit too low. I want you to come up a little bit more. I want to hear your voice, probably, if not on the same level of hers, um, right underneath her level, her sound levels, and her sound levels can come just a little bit down. All right. Thanks for sharing. It's a good tune. I can't wait to hear some more of it. All right. Hey, man, if you're still taking links, then I'll put up one of mine. Let's take a listen. All right, so this is Spooky with Hunting Knife. The tag is electronic, um, and that's all I see for right now. And again, everything makes a first impression, and if you can see the waveform, you can kind of guess what's going to happen. Uh, let's see. It's on an even keel here. This is going to be some kind of a drop. On an even keel here, this is going to be some kind of a drop. On an even keel here, there's going to be some kind of drop, and then we're going to have our outro, which is going to be at the same level as pretty much everything else. It starts off really low right here, and then it's going to kind of explode. Probably the drums are going to kick in here. Um, so just looking at the track, you can tell kind of what you're looking at. And this looks like a good healthy track. It's all on that same it's that block that we have. So it's gonna be consistent with a few drops in it. All right. Test. Okay, so that's funny. I just got a text alert on my phone, and it says, "This is our music," and it says, "What's trending is nobody is listening," and that's the actual post I was telling you guys about, where somebody came up and said that the stuff on SoundCloud is garbage. It's really not garbage. I mean, there's bad stuff no matter where you go, and there's good stuff. And this particular track right here, it in terms of the first impression, I was kind of off. I was expecting some drums to kick in here. No drums, and in fact, I don't think there were any actual percussion instruments per se in this track. It was more like he substituted heavy static for a kick drum, and this was just layers of the different instruments that kicked in here, and this is when you had that arpeggiation, and then the rest of the instruments kicked in. So there wasn't like a formal drum drop or anything, but he played with the electronic sounds in this song, or this particular artist. I don't know if it's a he or she. So this is Spooky with Hunting Knife, and it was a very busy song. Um, but the mix is good. You definitely had a vision, whatever it is you were doing. So keep doing what you're doing, and I appreciate the submission. Okay, love what you're doing, man. Would love any feedback you have on my most recent track. Let's check this out. Okay, so again, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this waveform. So it's going to be really low around here. It's going to kick in here, some kind of drop, kick back in, and it seems consistently low. Now I might be wrong, but let's take a listen. It's going to be hip hop and rap, lo-fi hip hop, lo-fi beats, lo-fi hip hop beats. Let's take a listen.
They had come through safely. Before them stretched a giant universe, filled with planets and stars that had been swallowed by the black hole. Kate was stunned. What will we do now?
And this is Conroy with Ecliptic. I didn't mention that. You can find Conroy with Ecliptic on SoundCloud. Okay, on this track, number one, I like the hook, the dum 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 dum. I really like that, and I like what you were doing with the kick. Um, this song, and I'll tell you what happens a lot of times when I'm mixing. This right here was an effect. This was like it was kind of like a swoosh effect, right? Right over here. And then these other high parts here are going to be your kicks, and those are going to be your like hi hats or your snares. If you bring this effect down a little bit, and then you bring your hi hats and snares down a little bit, not crazy, and then you take this back into your wave editor, and then you increase the amplification of the entire wave, you might get it to pop a little bit more and get to be a little bit louder. You just have to sacrifice your extra highs sometimes. So, and I know that consistently, the snare or my hi hats are just unnecessarily loud. They don't have to be that loud. They can be there, for an effect. And also that swoosh effect right here, you can bring that down or maybe silence the rest of the track if you want to give it more impact. But these high parts right here are going to detract from the rest of your song if you do some kind of a leveler, because it's going to bang this highest part up here up against your ceiling. So if you take this part down a little bit more, the entire track is going to pop. All right, and y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's just what if I were mixing this track, that's one of the first things that I would do if I were taking this back into the wave editor. All right. Thank you for sharing, Conroy with Ecliptic. All right. Hey, that is so awesome. If you're looking for more stuff like this, it would be awesome if you would take a look at this competition we're having. Competition, I'll check that out. All right. Hey, if you can check this out and let me know what you think. This is going to be on YouTube. Okay, so this is KD, All Day, Mild Sauce, shot by Ryder Visuals. Let's see. The song is called Off White. The artist is called King Jack. Project Uncharted. TuneCore on behalf of KWS. I have no idea. But if you're trying to find this artist, you can find them no other links except for YouTube. And Ryder Visuals has published this. KD All Day.
All day. I'll let you decide. Once you choose, can't come back on his side. Not the type of guy that let it slide. Can't let it fly. Martian life, Gucci slides, super high, super vibes. Autumn nights, take a ride, sipping light. Hold my eyes, thunder thighs, vanilla skies. Put some ass out on my fucking niggas shot me up, like they wanted this to end. I was on a crutch, now I'm walking with blue friends. Pour up one more cup, looking at a blurry lens. Say she down to fuck, think my drugs is kicking in. That's a lot of ass. Look like it been in the gym, smoked a lot of gas. Now my head above the rim, I been cutting up. Going scissors with the pen, sipping Orange Crush. Drive through at 2 a.m., scoring touchdown. Got the Urkels out this circle, it's just us now. I got way too many issues, I can't trust now. Hoes pass me up, oh you in a rush now. Please sit the fuck down. Martian life, Gucci slides, super high, super vibes. Autumn nights, take a ride, sipping light. Hold my eyes, thunder thighs, vanilla skies. Put some ass on my fucking fries. Martian life, Gucci slides, super high, super vibes. Autumn nights, take a ride, sipping light. Hold my eyes, thunder thighs, vanilla skies. Put some ass on my fucking fries. Do I love them? No. Let's just make a toast. Cheers. For the bitches that went ghost ballin' sports center coast to coast. Still want bad bitches on boats. Hookah, we want all the smoke. Cold when they grab your coats. Everything I touch be dope. Told you this happened on purpose. Y'all can't stop this shit, I'm chose. In and out designer stoves. My heart turns so froze. Fuck these niggas in the end. I ain't shaking no more hands. I can't give them one more chance. I did this shit with no advance. Martian life, Gucci slides. Super high, super vibes. Autumn nights, take a ride, sipping light. Hold my eyes, thunder thighs, vanilla skies. Put some mouse sauce on my fucking fries. Martian life, Gucci slides. Super high, super vibes. Autumn nights, take a ride, sipping light. Hold my eyes, thunder thighs, vanilla skies. Put some mouse sauce on my fucking fries.
Okay, so this is definitely a rap, hip hop. It's a lifestyle type of song in terms of the lyrics. They're definitely singing about the lifestyle that they lead. And I'm looking at the models in the video. It reminds me of Kendrick Lamar. He's like, I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. That's the real deal right there, man. Um, they're having fun. It's a good song. I like the mix. I don't really have any constructive criticism for it. Keep doing what you're doing. I, I could hear it at a club tonight if I went out, and I would think that you were somebody who's in the game, 100% in. All right, let's see. Here you go. Okay, so this is Moss Bot with Digital Bliss, submitted about a month ago on SoundCloud. The hashtag is pop. Let's see what other tags we got. Chill wave, alternative, indie, pop punk, guitar, trap, hip hop, Insta, Twitter, Mossbot Music, all right, um, YouTube. So you can hit your links down here if you come to SoundCloud and check out Mossbot. Looking at this track, it looks pretty consistent. Looks like you're gonna have your highs and your lows, but at the highest points, it looks pretty consistent in terms of decibels.
Yeah, the sun is out, but it is getting low. I'm stuck here in a boat that I can't row. The sky is what you see when you're below. It doesn't matter where your feet are. I forgot when I turned the lock to go home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Waking up, then I lose the thoughts of hell close. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drop the ball in a dream and they'll say you've grown. Yeah, 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 yeah. The spit that you sit in will swallow you whole. Given the confusion, no one has control. Please invite me over. Too much to carry on my shoulders. And you're stuck, I'm always sober. So somebody please invite me over. Don't let this peace inside me. Don't let this peace inside me. Please don't let this peace inside me over. Don't let this peace inside me. Don't let this peace inside me. Please don't let this peace inside me over. We won't remember when we're older. How the world seems so much colder. Nobody ever gets a closure. They think they lead, but all they lose. Somebody please invite me over. Too much to carry on my shoulders. And get stuck, I'm always sober. So somebody please invite me over. Please invite me over. Too much to carry on my shoulders. Head you stuck, I'm always sober. So somebody please invite me over. We won't remember when we're older. How the world seems so much colder. Nobody ever gets a closure. They think they lead, but all they lose. Somebody please invite me over. Too much to carry on my shoulders. And you're stuck, I'm always sober. So somebody please invite me over.
Man, that's hilarious. I keep thinking about that post that says nobody's listening. If nobody's listening to a song like this, then that's your mistake, man. I mean, this is a really good track. All right, so this is My Spot with Digital Bliss, and it goes under the name of Pot. Now you can tell that all the artists involved on this project brought like their own skill set to it. So you have that what that chill wave sound. You have that alternative construction of the song, indie for sure, indie pop punk. It has that feel of pop punk for sure. It had the great guitar in it, had the trap beat, it had the hip hop flavor. So you have all of that mixed together in just a great, awesome 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And whoever's saying that there's garbage on SoundCloud, there's garbage everywhere, man. If you like music, you're gonna find this. This is a really good song. I like it. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh yeah, the other thing about the mix. Um, if I were mixing this track, I would call this an accomplishment because I'm not that good at mixing. But every time you see this right here, you see that wall, that was a good little segue where it was a nice little fade out and then bam, pop back in. And that's what I'm going for in a song like this, and I want to hear it. And I think they did that very well. So keep doing what you're doing. All right, and we got one more. Let's check it out. Um, cheers. Um, this person, Tony James, recommended I listen to one song and then um, said, "You know what? I think you should listen to this one." So let's listen to the song that he changed his mind over. Okay, so we have Tony James. Tony was song number 3. This was submitted 1 day ago. His tag is dance and EDM. Now with dance and EDM, you're gonna see this kind of lead in. There's a lot of fade ins when you're doing dance, EDM, and like house and stuff. So that's a different format. And then, but once he's faded in, it looks like it's pretty consistent. You might see a little drop right here. Okay, so with this song, this is one of those where you can look at once you hear that tag dance EDM, and then you can look at the waveforms. It's like the Matrix. You can see what's about to happen next. Um, I would bring this up a little bit more. I would amplify this. You have everything on an even keel, so you could, I think, very easily amplify this entire track, and and intensify your sounds without detracting from the song. Make it just bring it louder. I like this. It's very good. This is this kind of EDM by the numbers, which is good. Uh, After you learn how to do everything perfectly, that's when you go off and you just do some like sick drops all over the place or something. But that's later. Thanks for your submission. This is your second submission, and your first one I remember really liking that one as well. So keep doing what you're doing, man. And I want to thank everybody who submitted today. If you want to get a review, drop a link to your music in the comment box on Reddit. I'll be posting this up to Reddit a little bit later. And otherwise, just keep posting up, and this is our music, and I'm gonna find it anyway. And make sure you ask for feedback. If you don't ask for feedback, I'm not gonna preview it. All right, peace.